Thank you, Tina Davies and Owain Wynne Evans. Good morning.
Yoo-hoo, Cooey!
Cooey, it's Friday. It's Scott, how you doing? I do not understand how I've got to my age and I'm still ripping my face to shreds with a disposable razor and then leaving the house with a little bit of tissue on my face where I've cut it. Now, I know what you're going to do. You're going to go, wow, you should go electric. I've tried those. It's not as close a shave, is it? It's not. Come on. Anyway, here I am, tissue on my face, all ready to bring you another breakfast show. And the very best thing of all is it's Friday. Any fan of Doctor Who simply cannot miss this show today. From 8, everything you want to know about the new series, and some of the cast are here live on the show. And some stunning Friday music. Let's get this party started. Varada Sethu, new Doctor Who companion. Anita Dobson, occasional Doctor Who feature. And writer and showrunner Russell T Davies on our Doctor Who Big Guest Friday in 1 hour from now. Here's Ellie with the travel.
Cheshire, the M6 southbound. You got a lane closed between...
Taylor Swift on Radio 2. Remember, our Doctor Who Big Guest Friday begins at 8 o'clock. And now the moment we've been waiting for all week. This is the week's final easiest quiz on the radio. Just one more shot at the streak of the week and as an end of the week treat. Coming up for the next hour, Doctor Who Big Guest Friday.
This is Radio 2.
On BBC Sounds.
And on your smart speaker.
Play BBC Radio 2.
BBC News at 8 o'clock on Friday, the 11th of April. Good morning, this is Tina Davies. The weather, a sunny and warm day for most of the UK. Northern Scotland could see some rain later on. Top temperatures 18 Celsius in Edinburgh, 20 in Belfast and Cardiff and 22 in London. That's the BBC News at 8:05.
Thank you, Tina. It's Big Guest Friday, which means once again I am not on my own. And Doctor Who fans, this morning you will love. Today with me for the whole hour of this breakfast show, the genius behind all things Doctor Who, Russell T Davies. Acting royalty, Anita Dobson. And we're going to meet the Doctor's new companion, Varada Sethu. Brand new Doctor Who is back tomorrow on BBC One and iPlayer. And they're all with me next. Blame Doctor Who! Huey Lewis on the news and the power of love. It's Big Guest Friday. It's Doctor Who special. The brand new series starts tomorrow on BBC One and iPlayer. It's going to be on iPlayer from 8 a.m. Fans. And in front of me, I have Varada Sethu, who plays the new companion, Belinda, Anita Dobson, who plays the mysterious Mrs. Flood, and legend, Russell T Davies, the man responsible for bringing Doctor Who to our screens. Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Hello, Scott.
How are you?
Excited to be here.
I'm looking forward to this hour very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for what you said about the show just now as well. Very, very kind.
I am obsessed with the easiest quiz. Whose quiz? Who does the buttons in there?
It might be. We don't want to reveal.
It's like the banker. It's like the banker on Deal or No Deal.
Well, no, they did used to be the banker, one of the bankers on Deal or No Deal, and then down
It's
to this.
cruel, that buzzer. It's
I know.
cruel.
Poor Stacey Coulter earlier.
I missed it because we were being briefed outside. Did she die terribly?
Well, the question, Russell, was who sang "We Are the Cheeky Girls"?
Oh.
And Stacey didn't know. Yeah, I love that you listen.
I'm probably obsessed.
I love it.
You had a question that said, what colour is Doctor Who's TARDIS? And the person went green.
Yes, true.
On first question.
True. Wow, you really do listen.
Last week, what's 3 times 3? 6.
Oh.
Wow. I'm a proper fan.
You are. I love that. Now, we do have a rule on Big Guest Friday. We need to get an exclusive from our guests. So by the end of the hour, we've got till 9. If anyone can have a think, everyone can put their brains together and have a think of something that hasn't been said anywhere else. An exclusive. Nice. Oh, and one more thing. Should see the Doctor not here. I don't know if he's travelling in time, possibly with Ryan Gosling. But would somebody mind texting him or sending him a voice note? Because we would love to hear from him before 9.
Varada, that's 40
I can
years.
do
Come on.
that. There you go.
Do you mind?
Yeah, what should I...
Do we think that...
I think he might be on a plane, but he's flying. That doesn't mean he's flying right now.
No.
So come on, Varada.
I love you, Shooty, but you are also terrible at replying, so I can't promise anything.
All right. Well, let's see what we get.
Yeah.
Are we voice noting or are we texting?
Well, should we send him a voice note?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, 1 second.
Live.
Hey.
Do you think that Varada's most likely to get the reply?
Yes.
Okay. Shall we?
Let's go.
Recording.
Come on. Oh, you're doing it.
Right. Hello. Shooty.
Hiya.
I'm Roxanne, recording from BBC Radio 2 Breakfast Show. How are you doing? Can we get a little voice note back? I don't know.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah, we won't hear back from you.
He's not fast at replying. Yeah.
Varada, you're the brand new companion. Obviously, you're not new to Doctor Who. You were in the last series, but is it everything you imagined?
So much more. I don't think I really knew what to imagine. I mean, every episode's different. Every season's different. Every companion has a different experience. So I don't think I had any expectations in terms of I didn't know where to even start. And then Russell completely took it to another dimension. Like every single episode was something. Like when you were talking me through the whole story arc, I was getting more and more excited. Every episode's a different genre, is a different bad guy or
world.
Yeah, different worlds. Yeah.
Russell, you put so much love into this, and this marks 20 years of modern Doctor Who this year.
Amazing.
How does that feel to look back on everything you've made?
Well, that's astonishing. And there have been lots of other showrunners apart from me, but it's astonishing. When we came back in 2005, we just hoped for a second year. We literally sat there going, please let us make a 2006 series. And then we kind of thought, oh, well, I hope it runs for 5 years. So to be 20 years later is nothing. If you were born on that day, you're now 20 years old. That's insane, but lovely. And it's such a lovely... It's a show that's loved by generations, it's loved by the family, and everyone has different memories of it, and it's all on the iPlayer, I'm duty-bound to say. Yeah. And then we bring in Varada, new energy comes in, we bring in Anita, it brings a whole energy of your own. It keeps refreshing itself.
Hi, Anita.
Hiya.
The last time I saw you, we had just woken up Craig Revel Horwood in his house on Michael McIntyre's show. So it was about 3 a.m, and then Craig Revel Horwood said, well, I'm up now. Let's open the champagne.
We did.
And
we
so
stayed.
We stayed for quite a while. Just me, Anita Dobson, Anton de Beck, and some others.
Wow.
Just a normal... And it was a weeknight as well. Yeah. I know, Russell, you've been obsessed with Doctor Who your whole life. So how would a young Russell feel knowing that he turned Doctor Who into really an international sensation now?
Oh, it's just kind of impossible to think. But that's what I love about it lasting for so many generations, is that you could be 8 years old now thinking, oh, I love this, I love the TARDIS, I love the monsters. And I used to draw them and write them in my school books. I used to draw it on my school desk. I used to draw TARDISes and things. And you could be doing that now.
Yeah.
You could be listening to this right now, and in 20 years' time, you could be running the show. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Someone will be. That is a fact.
Yeah.
Not just a fantasy. That will happen.
There is a whole Radio 2 documentary coming to BBC Sounds this weekend to coincide with the show being back. Now, Stefan Powell, a huge Whovian who sometimes does our news. He was on earlier this week. Sometimes, well, he told me this about you, so let me just know if this is true. Is it true you name all the Doctor Who episodes in order to fall asleep?
I can do, yes. It's funny, I had trouble getting to sleep last night. I was awake about 3 o'clock, and yes, I kind of ticked. That's terrible, isn't it? You're looking at me like I'm insane.
So
Just looking at me. Anita's staring at me. This is terrifying.
How many episodes is that?
Do you know? I don't know. I think it's 800 in total. I mean, I get to like 47, and then that's it, really. I know.
But you get to 47.
Yes, maybe that's actually keeping me awake.
Right,
Maybe I got this very wrong.
We're going to play a song, but Russell, if you could start naming them, and then we'll come back. Okay? All right, close your eyes.
Okay. This is like playing the easiest quiz, except this is the hardest quiz. 9, 6. An Unearthly Child. The Dead Planet. Into the Spaceship. Marco Polo. The Censorites. Oh, I'm losing track now because the French Revolution. The Cybermen. I've lost it now.
Aperture, Rose and Bruno Mars on the Scott Mills Breakfast Show. It's Big Guest Friday. Russell T Davies, Varada Sethu, Anita Dobson are here from Doctor Who. I can't believe that once again I find myself in the same room as TV royalty Anita Dobson.
We always feel like that. Come on, Dobbs.
Come on, Robs. Is that what you call Rob?
Dobbs.
Dobbs.
The house elf.
I'm so good to see you again, Anita.
Thank you.
Now, Russell, since we started the show, I've interviewed Robert De Niro, Renee Zellweger. This is all in the last 11 weeks. Harrison Ford.
Stacey Coulter.
The least talkative one I would say was Harrison. But who do you think the person this team were the most starstruck about meeting? That's right. It's Jackie Tyler.
Oh, yes.
From Big Boys. So we had her in. She was amazing, of course.
Camille Coduri.
Camille. But I'm not sure Camille knew who she was here to see.
Somebody told me Chris Moyles. They did.
And did they say, he doesn't work here?
No, she didn't know who he was. I didn't say it before.
God, I love her so much.
She's amazing.
Amazing. Something we must talk about in the new series is the Interstellar Song Contest.
We're on your turf.
I know. So Rylan swore that I would not tell anyone, but he told me a while back. And to be honest, he's quite bad at keeping secrets, but he has kept it a secret. But he took me into a separate room and he was like, right, listen, don't tell anyone. For him, this is, it's huge bucket list for him, as you know.
Yeah.
Rylan does a lot of stuff, but this is literally up there with the best.
He was texting me for years.
Yeah. Was he?
To be DMing, yes.
Oh, he was begging, that's on... Yeah.
But he looked good begging, I've got to say. Even before I'd ever met him, there he was on the DM saying, please can I be on Doctor Who? But I have got an exclusive for you, Scott. Never mind. Right, this is one of your Friday exclusives.
Whoa, okay, that was... Normally we don't get to them till 5 to 9, and then I remember, and then they have to do it.
I'm going. It's in. It's now not only... Rylan is a young upstart, frankly. I love him, but he's an amateur and a beginner. And the Interstellar episode actually does star the Lord himself, Graham Norton. He's in Doctor Who. And I'm very sorry, Scott, that you're not. I feel a bit bad now.
Yeah, there is that.
Rectify that immediately.
We have got you. Graham Norton himself does appear in the 803rd Interstellar Song Contest.
So we've got Graham Norton in it. Rylan's in it.
Yep.
I am
not.
It feels deliberate, doesn't it, almost?
Almost.
We just ran out of money. You're very expensive, Scott.
It's a bit like when they did film a scene about me in Big Boys.
And you were deleted.
I was cut. So
now available on your website, though, on your Instagram.
But that's just my life, and you get used to it. Yeah. Always the bridesmaid, you know?
Sorry.
Until the Radio 2 Breakfast Show. Always been the way. So it hasn't, it doesn't even touch the sides. I'm used to it.
You're looking bitter.
No, I'm good.
You are looking bitter. It's not a good look.
Now, as we were saying, inspired, I do think, this episode by the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yes.
Rylan is the co-host of the contest. I was busy anyway. Varada, what was it like going to Eurovision?
It was, I think it's probably one of my favourite episodes.
Is it?
It is spectacular. I mean, when you're walking through the studios, and they're always building the next set. So when we were filming episode 1 or 2, I'd walk past and I'd think, God, that looks a lot like a stadium. They've actually managed to make it look like a massive stadium, and it's full of essays that are aliens. So, like, you know, you're getting your cup of coffee and there's a giant parrot person that's walking past. It was
much like real
so
Eurovision.
much fun.
Yeah. No, it really is. So as you're filming one episode, you can see the sets for
Being
the next
built.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is this happening? Are you allowed to say?
These the Bad Wolf Studios in Cardiff, which are 7 huge. They're so huge.
It's huge. I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so huge. We've got a road indoors between the studios, because of course, lovely Stefan Powell does all your lovely newsreader does all the behind the scenes stuff on Unleashed for us, so you can see all that.
Yeah, Rylan, he shouldn't have done this, but he did show me some photos. It looks
Did he?
epic.
I think he told everyone.
No, I don't think he did, Russell.
And Anita, you're in the audience, aren't you?
I am.
Mrs. Flood mysteriously turns
In
up.
the most fabulous outfit.
In a fabulous suit.
Are you?
All the aliens were looking at me and, where did she get her suit?
With Rylan, every year when we go to the contest, someone thinks he's a contestant because of the way he's dressed. So if someone will come up to him and go, "Good luck tonight," and with your performance, and he's like, "Thank you." He just goes with it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm Latvia." Alan Cumming is in it as well.
Yes.
Oh.
He is the voice of an evil cartoon called Mr. Ring-a-Ding. Anita's in that episode as well. Anita just keeps on mysteriously cropping up in all these episodes.
I
can't
love
tell you
him.
why. He's gorgeous.
Amazing.
And that's quite an episode, isn't it, Varada? It's
Yeah, I mean, because we didn't get to work with him in person. It was entirely voice recording.
Oh, yeah.
So we'd be filming opposite like a 3-foot cardboard cutout of the cartoon. And, you know, when you look at it, it's just an inanimate object.
Yeah.
But then they'd play his voice and it just completely fills the set and it brings everything to life.
I love it.
He's incredible.
He's amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Has anyone seen Alan on the US version of Traitors?
Every episode. Oh,
No,
seen that,
what?
Varada?
Oh, wow.
He's Claudia in America.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to
He's
watch
the
it.
Claudia of America. It's, I mean, we love Claudia,
Yeah.
Margaret. Yes.
but oh my God, you really listen to the show. We called her Margaret Winkelman yesterday.
It's a real name.
It's not.
Oh, it's no, you made that up.
We made it up.
Oh.
But was there a massive spike in Google searches? We saw it on a graph yesterday from people.
I could have told you about Rita Crudgington, though, because I once worked with Cheryl Baker.
So you knew.
I once filmed her hen party for children's television the night before she got married. And so children's BBC broadcast this film with all the girls arriving at the door going, "Hello, Rita. How are you, Rita?"
Yeah, Rita.
Yeah, that's it.
Rita Crudgington, who knew?
Good old Cheryl Baker. Gorgeous.
Alan, here's a bit of Alan on Traitors for you. Here we go.
If you prick us, do we not bleed?
Yep.
If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die?
He plays it so well, and I think he
Amazing.
thinks that all British people, or the Americans all think all British people are like him, and it's fantastic.
I wish.
Imagine,
I know, I wish.
you know how Camp Claudia is on it? Times that by 1,000, and then you've got Alan on US Traitors.
Can't wait.
Is brilliant. Now, let's play a bit of Kylie. Because Doctor Who loves Kylie Minogue.
She's been in the show.
Yeah, Astrid in the Christmas special in 2007.
Everybody's been in the show.
Everybody's been. Yes.
Things
You were the last, Anita.
Was that?
Yes.
Yeah, well, best to love.
Best to love.
Best of luck.
if we think about 2007, there's a historical episode, right?
The TARDIS lands. Do you land in 2007? You do, don't you?
do.
2007. Yeah. And
Yeah.
what a different place the world was in 2007. Doctor Who on the television, Scott Mills on the radio. And let's play Padam Padam on BBC Radio 2. This, aren't we pleased for Kylie that this was such a smash?
Gorgeous.
And her music featured in the last season, where I Can't Get You Out of My Head played on Rogue Ship. Padam Padam is in the trailer for the new series starting tomorrow on BBC One and iPlayer. What time?
Oh, 6:50?
Thanks, Russell.
Oh, I should know that.
Kylie Minogue, Padam Padam. Russell, your Kylie story, please.
Last year, we played a Kylie track on Doctor Who. Shooty did a little mime along to it. And during transmission, Kylie Minogue texted me. She was watching. She texted me saying, "Oh, Doctor," with a love heart. Like, wow.
Did you have her saved as Kylie Minogue?
I have, actually, yes.
Yeah. I like it when it comes up and you don't know the number and it says this person might be Kylie Minogue. But it was.
It was her.
Also, guys, I don't want to get the team too excited, but Russell T Davies loves the easiest quiz on the radio so much that surely it's only a matter of time before it does feature in Doctor Who. Russell, you've moved your whole morning around for it.
Easiest quiz of death. That's what we're doing. Easiest quiz of death.
That sounds
Sign this.
In fact, I think you should do that.
Yeah, I'll sign it. All right, here's Ellie with the travel.
Derbyshire, the A38 Kicks update.
Thank you, Ellie. We'll play Voulez-Vous ABBA next on Radio 2, and then we continue with Big Guest Friday, Doctor Who special.
BBC News at 8:31. This is Tina Dahealy.
The world #1 in front of a home crowd in Manchester.
Thank you, Sophia.
Big Guest Friday. It's a Doctor Who special.
BBC Radio 2.
Come on, that's a jingle.
Right?
Daleks in the jingle.
Big Guest Friday on the Scott Mills Breakfast Show from Radio 2. Russell T Davies. Hello. Hello. Varada Sethu, hello.
Hello.
Anita Dobson, all here. We were just chatting off air about ABBA Voyage.
An amazing show.
I have not been yet. I wanted to gift it to my mum, and then she went by herself. Well, she went with my dad. I was so annoyed. I was like, I've been planning to take you, but I just have to go again with it.
Anita, you've seen it, right?
I have, yeah.
Isn't it fabulous?
Yeah. My friend Pauline's in it.
It's very difficult in front of Anita Dobson to recommend a show in which legendary pop stars are only represented by holograms.
It is quite difficult, but it does work.
Right.
You haven't been, have you?
I haven't. I can't wait though.
When you first see them,
This is quite freaky, I've heard.
it's a bit of your mind is blown for a bit.
Yeah,
Because they kind of, without spoiling it too much, they kind of rise up and you're like, could it be them, but they're 20 again? Anita, I just have to say, you must be the very, very best at keeping secrets because, we'll talk about Mrs. Flood in a second because her story is full of secrets. But first, EastEnders. You kept that from absolutely everyone, didn't you?
I did. We filmed it just before Christmas and I said to them, can you tell me when it's going out? And they said, February. And I thought, oh my Lord, I don't have to keep a secret that long. But I did it. Thank you.
You did, darling. Who did you tell?
Brian, of course, my husband, yeah.
Yeah. And that was it?
Yeah, and I said, if you say a word to anyone, divorce.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
You came back as a ghost. There were literally, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard there were cast members from EastEnders watching who didn't know that it was going to happen. Is that true?
Yeah.
So where were they? They were just watching you filming it?
I think they would. There were people on site. They kept the where we actually filmed it, enclosed.
Closed.
But there were people wafting around, so they'd see me, obviously dressed in the gear, and they'd think, 2 and 2 do
Real
make
ghost.
4, don't they? So what's she doing here? Oh, yeah.
What did you know, Russell? That this
No. And I was on a train, and so someone texted me saying, "Oh my God, Angie Watts." So I thought you were back properly. I thought you were alive. I had a lovely train journey. Imagine how they'd saved Angie Watts from that terrible death. And then,
knowing you, that would have been your entire thoughts for the entire train.
Oh, it was. I was obsessed.
Yeah.
And then I discovered it was just one scene, but a beautiful scene. What a lovely surprise.
They wanted to do 2, but I thought, no, it needs to just be one clean swipe.
What would have happened in the second scene?
Yeah.
The song?
No, I think she was. I could have done something. She was reading a letter. So it was in Sharon's mind. She was hearing a letter, and her mother was reading it. But I thought that kind of spoils it, really, doesn't it?
So it would have just been your voice.
Yes, and then you would have seen me later. But I think it's better just wham, she's there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Because no one was expecting it. And once again, props to EastEnders for keeping all of it under wraps, because these days that is so hard to do.
It was beautiful. And it pays off your viewing over all the 40 years. It's a lovely thing to do. Yeah.
I think that show is fantastic at the moment.
Good form.
Was it nice to be Angie again, just for a second?
It was strange.
Was it strange?
I mean, to put the same suit on that I wore the first day I walked on the set to film, 40 years later was quite a blast, yeah.
And obviously you haven't been Angie for so long, so did it just snap back in? Did it? Straight away?
Wasn't nervous, didn't think about it, just straight in. She's there all the time.
It was like handing the divorce papers over like it was yesterday.
Beautiful.
Yeah, still got that cardigan, yeah.
In fact, you still fit those clothes.
I know, darling, thank you for saying that.
After 40 years?
I thought he'd never say.
Amazing.
Now, Varada, are you aware that back in the day there was a version of the EastEnders theme tune sung by Anita?
No. No, I didn't. I was wondering what they were talking about outside. I was like,
That's how old I am now.
no.
Well, I remember it. Russell, you remember it.
was in the charts.
It was flying high in the charts.
Oh.
So Simon May, did Simon May write the words?
Yeah, I think Simon May did the whole thing and he produced it.
Yes, okay. So headphones on, everyone, for this next bit, please.
Come on.
Anita's heard it already. Because it's her.
Ray from the grave.
Are you ready? Now, this is a stone cold classic. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I play this quite a lot on the show.
Anyone can fall in love. That's the easy part. You must keep it going.
Varada, your instant reaction.
It's lovely.
Let's hear the rest of it now.
Yeah.
Has to keep growing.
Back then, you would have got your lighter out. Now it's your phone.
Now it's your phone.
There's highs, there's lows. We've no way of knowing. Anyone can fall in love. That's not hard to do. It isn't so clever. Anyone can fall in love. But you must make the love last forever. You can say love will stay.
Oh, it's lovely.
That's nice. That's
So
sweet.
lovely.
Oh, I just did get my lighter out. That's not allowed. The fire warden's outside.
The alarms will go off.
In a high vis. So you've never heard that before?
No, I'd never heard that before. It's so lovely.
Probably never will again now.
Well, you will on this show.
Oh, bless you.
Now, I'll tell you what, Anita, we've had some of your music. Shall we have some from your husband as well? I think we should.
Yeah.
Shall we play a bit of Queen?
Mr. Flood.
Let's do it. Mr. Flood himself. Here we go. Mrs. Flood had her headphones on for the whole of that.
She's rocking out.
She's very proud of Mr. Flood. I know. I could. It was so cute. You were like, oh, there he is. That was "We Will Rock You" from Queen, including Anita Dobson's fabulous husband, Brian May, who, as well as being in one of the biggest rock bands in the world of all time, is also a huge, I didn't know this, a huge space expert.
He's an astrophysicist.
Is he?
He's Dr. May now.
So, did he teach you anything about space before Doctor Who?
Not a thing.
No. Now, Russell, obviously, as the showrunner, so I'll take your lead on this. Are we really allowed to talk about Mrs. Flood? Because it's all one big mystery. Why? Is Anita allowed to speak to me?
She keeps popping up. She pops up living next door to Belinda. She pops up in Miami in 1952. She pops up in 500,000 years in the future. How can this be, Anita? How can this be? But we just can't say.
No.
But there is an answer coming.
There is an
Like
answer
a
coming.
rash. She gets everywhere.
Like a rash.
Popping up here, there, and everywhere.
Space rash.
It's a space rash.
Varada, Shooty obviously is a huge Doctor Who fan. Is he, or has he helped you to lean in to the craziness of the show?
Yeah, man. I mean, he's just such a dynamic performer. I think you can't help but match that energy yourself anyway. But absolutely, that's the advice that he gave me. That's the advice that Millie gave me. You know, that it's mental and to really just throw yourself into it.
Last week we had Richard E. Grant here, who, well, he told me that he sniffs everything. He's an avid sniffer.
Oh.
So
Yes.
I asked him, what have you sniffed today? And he said, well, you shook my hand and then I sniffed my hand afterwards. And then I asked him if he'd like to sniff the wall, and he did.
You're not serious.
Yes.
He's a sniffer.
He is a sniffer, Anita. Pass it on.
sniffer.
Spread it. Richard E. Grant's a sniffer.
Well, he's spreading it himself.
He is.
He's sniffing.
Anyway, apart from being a sniffer, he's also a stealer. He told me he stole something from each one of his films. Oh. Every film, every TV he's worked on, he has nicked something. So, Varada, be honest, have you stolen any of the props?
Looking away.
No.
I also do steal something.
Okay, what have you got? What have you got?
It's just been plants from this one because I've been respectful. Yeah, on every job, there's a little. I like to take a little memento.
You didn't steal any shoes because that's one.
I actually did.
Yeah.
I actually did take a pair of shoes.
I might have known that.
I took a pair of shoes. The white shoes, they're fabulous. The Miami ones.
Yeah.
I just thought, I'm going to go home in these. It's fine.
From the 1950s one, yeah.
Exactly.
Anita, you've obviously done so much work over the years. Did you steal anything from either Doctor Who or EastEnders?
Come to my house, it's cluttered with stuff. No, I'm kidding.
You must have. You must have some Ange stuff.
I've got rings from Pantos that I've been allowed to keep. One thing I did want to keep, Mr. Russell, was that beautiful fur coat.
Oh, the white one.
Yeah. Even the kids in our family said, "Are you going to keep that lovely coat when we go to Lapland?" And I said, "No, it's
did we
gone
rip it off your
tour
back?
on its own."
Yeah, but that's why we can't keep them because they go on tour on their own.
Yes, they have lives of their own.
Yes.
When you say they go on tour on their own, what do you mean?
Props and exhibitions and
for other
Comic Cons, things like that.
So the shoes the shoes that I got to keep were that they tend to buy multiples of the same thing. But I can't keep what I actually wear on set. It will be the extra spare
in
ones.
San Diego now.
Actually, I'm sitting in a pair of jeans from a show that I did that they very kindly, because the jeans that I was wearing in the show had to get blood all over them, so they got me another pair. So these are from Gen Z.
They're your zombie jeans.
My zombie jeans, yeah.
I love this.
I'm wearing my zombie jeans.
I'm wearing the zombie jeans, the spare ones that haven't got blood on them. Did you keep anything from EastEnders when you left?
Well, I kept. They let me keep the costumes, of course. That's
all of
how
them.
I happened to have that suit.
So when they reprised Angie and brought her back, you just went upstairs.
Oh, well, I didn't go upstairs because they're going into a museum. But so I just rang up my friend who's looking after them.
What, the EastEnders Museum?
No, there's a little museum called the Cockney Museum, ironically. And I think they're all going
Who's in there? Dick Van Dyke?
So they're all going there. So I just rang up my friend and said, "Can I have the costume back to wear for the show?" And he said, "Of course."
This is my favourite.
This is like a Doctor Who plot. The TARDIS
really
lands
is.
in the Cockney Museum.
The Cockney Museum.
Some of our listeners, including 14-year-old Molly from Pembrokeshire, loving the show. Can't wait for tomorrow night. It's like a family event in their house.
Thank you, Molly.
Question. Is there a toilet in the TARDIS? And does it change every time the TARDIS changes?
Belinda is in the TARDIS. What do you think?
I would assume so. Yeah, I think there is. And I think that there's it probably gets updated with every iteration.
I kind of think all waste products are suspended in between time zones. That's my theory. I'm going with that.
Maybe.
Do we think it's roomy in there, or is it quite claustrophobic? Do you think?
Roomy, it's huge.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
yes.
big.
I think, yes.
You can't really tell on telly. Things appear smaller and bigger.
That's true.
Voice note, here we go. Who have we got here? Headphones on for this one, please. We have a voice note from Grace. Here we go.
Hi Russell, my name is Grace and I'm 12 years old. My mum, sister Violet and dad are huge fans and I've grown up with Doctor Who. What is something about the show or its legacy that you think fans might not fully appreciate that means a lot to you personally? Thanks. Love you. Bye.
Good question.
Oh, gosh, that's Grace. That's a tricky question. I normally have answers for everything, but the hard thing to say is there are so many fans who go deep into Doctor Who, loving the lore and the details and the costumes and the props, that it's very hard to think of something that isn't appreciated, to be honest. I think sometimes what doesn't get appreciated is that it's an anthology show, and the designers have to build huge sets and then tear them down after a week. It's one of the most expensive shows you could ever possibly make, because they build these beautiful things and then they're gone.
Yeah.
And sometimes I weep for them. I sit there going, can't we just keep that set? I'll write something for it next year, but it costs, and you've just got to move on. So I think I think our designers go a bit neglected sometimes.
There we go. The Cockney Museum's in Stoneleigh near Epsom in Surrey.
Stone the crows.
Yeah. And this texter says, well worth a visit. Quick one from
It's
here.
not in there yet, though.
No, not yet.
Oh, no.
Quick one from Beverly, who says, is it true, Varada, that you entered as Miss Newcastle 2010 to annoy your parents?
Oh, V.
Yes.
But just to annoy them?
No, it was. I was walking around the shopping centre, and they were looking for contestants, and they asked me and my sister if we wanted to enter, and Abby said no, but I like a bit of limelight. So I said, yeah, I'll do it. And I signed up for it. And then I went home and told my parents. And this makes it sound unfair. They were eventually supportive, but my mum was like, why are you doing that?
Did you win?
Yes, I did.
You're listening to Miss Newcastle 2010 on the Radio 2
Sitting next
website.
to Miss Newcastle.
I know, 2010. Isn't that great? Also, is it true you carry a bottle of hot sauce in your bag?
I do.
Show me now, please. And why?
I have Tabasco and Sriracha.
Come on.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Just in case you want to spice things up.
On BBC iPlayer.
So what's your name?
Superman. This is my latest invention.
This is a time machine.
These aren't family shows.
What the?
Don't be so ridiculous.
They're tickets to another world.
Oh, yeah!
What fun!
That's champion.
Superman and Lois, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, Doctor Who, and loads more.
Beam it at ya.
Whoever you are, wherever you stream. BBC iPlayer.
It's 2 minutes to 9. Here's Ellie with the latest travel.
Derbyshire, the A38 northbound, just before the Homestead Tunnel, and I'll be back in half an hour with your next update.
Thank you, Ellie.
These can come again. They applaud me every time.
The cast of Doctor Who, every time we do the travel, they just applaud. Fantastic. Would you
love it.
Would you like that every day?
Yes, please.
Well, what an hour this has been. Thank you so much, Russell T Davies.
We've loved it.
Thank you, Varada.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. Any reply from Shooter Gatwa? We sent him a voice note earlier.
None.
No.
Give it 3 days.
Give it 3 to 5 business days.
I love how chilled he is.
Yeah, exactly. Good way to live life.
The new series of Doctor Who kicks off tomorrow night. The first episode is called The Robot Revolution. It's at 6:50 tomorrow night on BBC One. Or you can watch, if you can't wait, from 8 o'clock tomorrow morning on iPlayer. And if you can't wait until tomorrow, get yourself onto BBC Sounds for a special show charting 20 years of secrets from the Whoniverse. There is Dame Jo Wiley, massive fan, hosting it. And as was in the background there, if you love Doctor Who on BBC Sounds, there is another chance to hear Doctor Who, a musical celebration with the National Orchestra of Wales. Thank you so much for being on. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
This is Radio 2.
On BBC Sounds.
And on your smart speaker.
Play BBC Radio 2.
BBC News at 9 o'clock. This is Tina Davies.
One hit wonder, Uncle Cracker, and that's Friday's Wonder Years, 9:30. Here's Gary Davies.
I can't see you. Well, you got the blinds down in your studio. What are you doing in there in the dark?
I've gone on showbiz. That's what happens.
Is that what it is?
11 weeks in. I don't want to see anyone. No, it's because we had the cast of Doctor Who in, and we needed to
hang on,
film
I think
them.
Head of Blinds is just about to open them, so
We're
I
just
could...
putting the blinds up for
There
you.
you go.
Oh, it's a slow reveal. Oh, it's like on Naked Attraction.
Excuse
but
me.
it's not like that, obviously.
Excuse me. Put your clothes back on now.
But you see how the blind went up so slowly.
Yes, I know.
I've never watched it.
How are you?
I'm good. Doctor Who fans were loving this morning.
Do you know what? They're going to love Sounds of the 80s tomorrow night
I know,
as well.
and I can tell you why, because you've got a Doctor Who master mix.
I have.
And you've got Russell T Davies on My 80s.
I have.
That's pretty good.
It's all right, isn't it?
The new series starts tomorrow at 10 to 7 on BBC One. It was just great. Like, we had the new companion in, we had Russell in, Anita Dobson from Eastenders, Angie Watts.
What a legend.
I know, what a legend.
What a legend.
So
and was,
good.
of course, a big 80s pop star.
Massive. And we played a bit of the song as well.
Yeah.
And Varada, the new companion, was like, I've never heard this in my life. I was like, yeah. Anita put words to the EastEnders theme tune, and it was in the chart, probably announced by Gary Davies.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Actually,
on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday, yeah.
I remember.
I remember that.
Oh, hang on. No,
yeah.
it's weird, isn't it? Like
Jackie Coulter.
Stacey Coulter.
Stacey Coulter, sorry.
On the
Stacey.
quiz.
On the quiz, yeah.
Oh, who sang the Cheeky Girls?
I know.
Oh. Poor Stacey.
I know.
She's fine, we've checked.
Okay, good.
Isn't it funny, like, when Radio 2 loves brass, all these people come out of the woodwork who suddenly admit that they love it.
Yeah.
I didn't know up till now. Jeremy Vine is a massive fan. He's in Bradford.
I never knew he came from Bradford.
Neither did I.
Did he?
I don't think he does.
Oh, he doesn't.
But he's
Okay,
there
fine.
anyway. He's just celebrating
Why
brass.
did I think that?
I don't know.
All
And
right.
then Michelle Visage. Wouldn't have her down as a brass fan. Look, she's got, like, the Michelle mood tonight is Get Brassy.
Really?
I love brass.
Yeah.
Just for this week. And
Yeah.
you asked me if I could provide Gary Davies with brass, your
Yeah.
jingle, and
Yeah.
yes, I can.
Go
Would
on.
you like to hear it?
Yes, please.
It's on the euphonium. On the euphonium.
The euphonium.
And
I
it's
love it.
from Jacob in Leatherhead, and this is your intro into Friday's show, Gary. I love you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you. Ah, Jacob, thank you so much. Thank you, Scott. What a way to start a show.
This is Gary Davies.